The 2008 Formula One World Championship was one of the most thrilling seasons in the sport's history. The battle for the title between Felipe Massa and Lewis Hamilton went down to the wire at the final race in Brazil, with Hamilton ultimately emerging as the champion by a single point. However, recent developments suggest Massa is considering legal action to challenge the championship outcome and take the title back from Hamilton. Stick around for more details. Currently, Hamilton believes he's on the verge of winning his 8th F1 title, leaving Michael Schumacher's 7 in his wake. However, with his current form, he's likely not winning it this year, and there's a lot of side talk that he would be leaving Mercedes in the coming seasons. He did improve his form at the Australian Grand Prix, finishing second place, but the pace shown by Red Bull's Max Verstappen is actually scary right now. Of course, if Red Bull was absent, and in particular Verstappen, Hamilton may have won the World Championship more than 7 times. The ending to the 2021 championship still irks those with an affiliation to the British driver, losing in more farcical circumstances than the end of last weekend's race. However, Hamilton also won a world title on the final lap of a season when he captured his first one back in 2008, beating Felipe Massa in the Ferrari drivers' home race in Brazil. Now, Felipe Massa has announced that he is looking into legal options to challenge the controversial outcome of the 2008 Formula One World Drivers' Championship after bombshell comments from the sport's former boss, Bernie Ecclestone. The ex-F1 CEO claimed chiefs were made aware of the Nelson Piquet race-fixing controversy, but decided not to overturn the result to prevent a scandal. However, the remarks have pushed Massa to look into the issue, which could have major ramifications for Hamilton. The ex-Ferrari star lost the title that year to Lewis Hamilton by just a single point on the last lap of the season's final race in one of the most exciting finishes in F1 history. According to Massa, there is a rule that says that when a championship is decided, from the moment the driver receives the champion's trophy, things can no longer be changed, even if it has been proven a theft. At the time, Ferrari's lawyers told me about this rule. We went to other lawyers, and the answer was that nothing could be done, so I logically believed in this situation. But after 15 years, we hear that the former owner of the category says that he found out in 2008, together with the president of the FIA, and they did nothing, so as not to tarnish the name of F1. Speaking to the German website F1 Insider, Ecclestone recently reflected on Crashgate. We decided not to do anything for now. We wanted to protect and save the sport from a huge scandal. Back then, there was a rule that a World Championship classification after the FIA awards ceremony at the end of the year was untouchable. So Hamilton was presented with the trophy, and everything was fine. We had enough information in time to investigate the matter. According to the statutes, we should have canceled the race in Singapore under these conditions. That means it would never have happened for the championship standings. And then Felipe Massa would have become world champion and not Lewis Hamilton. This is very sad to know the result of this race was supposed to be cancelled, and I would have a title. In the end, I was the one who lost the most with this result. So we are going after it to understand all this, Massa said, although he has admitted that he might find it challenging to change the result after 15 years, he is still interested in discovering his chances. According to him, there are rules, and there are many things, depending on the country, you cannot go back after 15 years to resolve a situation, but I intend to study the situation. Study what the laws say and the rules. We have to have an idea of what is possible to do. The possibility of Massa's legal action has now been linked to the current situation involving Hamilton and Verstappen. Some F1 insiders have speculated that if Verstappen were to win the championship this season, Hamilton could face a similar challenge to his 2008 title from Verstappen or his team. Massa's legal team is gathering evidence to support their case, including witness statements and technical data from the race. They believe that the discrepancies in the timing data could have resulted in Hamilton being awarded points that he did not earn, thereby affecting the championship outcome. If Massa's legal challenge is successful, it would be a groundbreaking moment for the sport. Never before has a driver taken legal action to challenge the outcome of a championship. It would raise serious questions about the integrity of the sport and the systems used to determine the results of races. However, it's important to note that Massa's legal challenge is far from a sure thing. Even if he can gather compelling evidence to support his case, more is needed to convince the courts to overturn the championship result. Furthermore, there is a risk that a legal challenge could drag on for months or even years, potentially damaging the sport's reputation. Ultimately, the outcome of this legal challenge will depend on the strength of the evidence presented and the decisions made by the courts. But one thing is for certain: if Massa is successful in his bid to take the 2008 championship back from Hamilton, it would be a meaningful moment in the history of Formula One. This would not be the first time an F1 championship has been disputed in court. In 1982, a legal battle erupted between Ferrari and Renault over using ground effect technology, which Ferrari claimed was illegal. The case was eventually settled out of court, with Ferrari retaining their victory in the championship. However, legal challenges to F1 championships are rare and are usually only successful if there is clear evidence of cheating or misconduct. In Hamilton's case, there is no evidence to suggest that he or his team have violated any rules or regulations. Verstappen's clash with Brundle is unlikely to impact the championship standings directly. Nonetheless, the controversy surrounding Verstappen's driving and use of the term Mongol has cast a shadow over the current season and raised questions about the sport's attitudes towards disability and diversity. Some have called Verstappen to apologize for his comments, while others have defended him because he may not have been aware of the term's offensiveness. Whatever the outcome of the current championship, it is clear that F1's controversies and rivalries will continue to generate headlines and debates for years. As the sport looks to expand its global reach and attract new audiences, it must address the complex issues of diversity, inclusivity, and fair play that underlie its glitz and glamour. The F1 community is responsible for promoting positive messages of inclusivity and diversity and ensuring that all competitors and commentators are held to the highest standards of professionalism and respect. This includes a zero-tolerance policy towards any form of discrimination, including ableism. It is also worth noting that incidents like the clash between Verstappen and Hamilton are an inherent part of motorsport, which relies on high-speed competition and split-second decisions. While safety is always a top priority, F1 should not avoid the risks and thrills that make it such a captivating sport. At the same time, the FIA and F1 should continue to review and update their rules and regulations to ensure that the sport remains fair, transparent, and accessible to all. This could include stricter penalties for dangerous driving, increased support for grassroots motorsport, and more opportunities for female and disabled drivers to compete at the highest levels. As the F1 season continues, Hamilton hopes to put the controversy behind him and secure his 8th World Championship title. However, with Massa's legal challenge looming and Verstappen hot on his heels, it promises to be a dramatic and unpredictable season. So guys, what do you think of Massa's legal action to return the 2008 F1 title from Lewis Hamilton? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, remember to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to get updates on our next video. Bye!